Sorry.
So this is my main job now with the book that I'm currently writing and finishing is, okay, we have to step away from using exercises to coach people to something
Yeah.
and to start looking at how can I solve a shoulder problem for that person or for that class in front of me. And that's where we have to go back to the principles of movement, to the patterns of movement, to the skill of position, to the skill of tension. And that we can use to like create repeatable and guaranteed progress, which is, I think, pretty sweet.
Teaching proper attention over position.
Yes, it's so the problem is it's not so there's a lot of gyms coaching positions out there, right? When you're doing
Yeah.
warm-ups and you're saying stuff
Yeah.
like centering your joint or I don't know, pull your shoulders back or chest up or knees out, like that's positional coaching. Then there is something new happening out there, which is we're just coaching tension now. That means, okay, when you do a pull, a row, a pull up, get tension in your lats. That's sweet too. But what I'm doing is I'm teaching tension with position.
Yeah.
So that
Attention
means
with
we
position.
have to combine those two. We have to get to a certain position. That's just how your body is. That's how. That's just how your body is supposed to move. Using those big muscles, creating that position, and that's what
Oh,
I'm trying to teach.
cool.
So it's not tension for me. It's not tension over position or position
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
tension. It's
And
tension with position.
weak position. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. You're right. Cool. Thanks.
Cool. So that's the short answer for the biomechanical function of the shoulder.
Thanks.
Sweet. You got a did you have a second question?
Yeah, I had actually. How do you educate clients about proper movement? I mean, that you have told now. And are there any specific methods that you use? You told all the three questions now with this one.
Okay. Um, okay. So first of all, we have to realize as coaches who isn't standing in front of you, right? So
Yeah.
educating people about movement or training, like yes, but who's standing in front of me? Is it Susie Sarandon training twice a week, being super stressed out, 7 kids, job, and all the good stuff? It's like, okay, I'm gonna make sure that she's gonna have a brilliant training session, and I'm not gonna try to unload all of my training wisdom on her for the sake of me feeling better after the session, right? So
Yeah.
the first thing as a coach I need to make sure is my client seeing measurable, repeatable progress. That's it. Is Susie getting her first pull up in 6 weeks? Yes. Awesome. No, stop talking and do more work with her.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. I think as a coach, we have to find a really, really good balance between entertaining and educating. Right. It's both. Don't get me wrong. Like people show up, they want to have a good time. So we have to find ways how to make education like enticing and sexy. But that doesn't work like we had it in school. Like you're lecturing somebody about pinching the shoulder blades together, and that is going to activate the lats, and you need to have pressure here, and this is what happens then. Like nobody cares about this, right? You
Yeah.
didn't care about the physics professor in school because he just tried to lecture you and educate you all the time. It was just not fun.
True.
Let's be honest. That was school for me.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. How does that work? I love stories. I love telling stories to people. I like making fun of myself. At the end of the day, the most fun for people is when you solve a problem for them. Whether that's getting their first pull up, whether that's losing 3 kilos, whether that's getting a bigger ass, a smaller ass, whatever the person in front of me wants to get. Like that's the actual fun for them, right? So
True.
your first duty as a coach is to realize what's the primary goal for the person standing in front of you, not yours.
Yeah, I
and
understand.
th-
Yeah,
and
to
and
have that
then you can
understanding,
go ahead.
for them that they came to us because they have some goals. We need to accomplish those goals too, and they are going to have most fun from that. But in between, we can see some things actually what is needed for them to for better life, because we see that maybe they have some kind of imbalances or uh, weaker muscles, and we are going to implement that also, but not to overdo on them. That we need to accomplish also their goals too. Like I see
Yes, and
something like that.
one small problem at a time. Just because you are so smart and so fancy and you see 2,200 problems in that person doesn't mean they should all be solved at the same time, right? I struggle a lot because I did the same thing to a lot of people. It's like, okay, I did an assessment. I saw like five muscles that needed work, and I tried to cramp all those five muscles into one session. And surprise, none of them work, right?
Yeah,
So as a coach, you have to figure out, okay, what's the one thing that gives that person in front of me the fastest success, like an
yeah,
actual measurable success. Whether that's your first pull up, again, whether that's losing 3 kilos in 4 weeks, like what would make that person really happy? That's measurable. No feelings, no thank you. I'm talking about measurable stuff that can be put on video and you see it before and after. That's the stuff I like,
yeah, yeah,
right? So that's like reduce it to the max, reduce it to the biggest problem that you can solve as fast as possible, make it work because you know what that builds with you and the client? The most valuable currency on earth, which is trust.
of course, yeah.
Yes.
And
And in
the clients
our
stay longer with you because they trust you.
yes, not because you're a nice person or not
Yeah,
because you're a nice coach or not because you're handsome or good looking. It's because you can deliver results as fast as nobody else. That's, by
yeah,
the way, as a coach, that's the best and only business strategy I would go for. The only one.
yeah. It makes sense. Yeah,
Yes, it makes
I
sense,
mean,
but it's not very common in the world of fitness.
uh, f- the fitness is turned more into the marketing, where you have to have some cool videos to be famous, and I don't know, but actually, how many people are know how to really help other people? Which that's my reason why I joined to fitness, because I really want to help other people, and I believe that I can do that.
Okay, what do you think are you missing the most at the moment? Because helping is nice, but what do you want to help people with? Is it whatever? Is it back pain? Is it losing weight? Is it
Yeah, yeah. So
back squatting 30 kilos?
I like to implement more things, like with correct exercises, correct the movement, and in between to lose some excess weight, and like getting better shape to people, better healthier life, let's say like that.
Mhm. Okay, here's one thing that I would have loved to hear like 20 years ago because it would have saved me so much money, so much time, and so much heartache. Is um I think it was Charles Bukowski who said that. It was find one thing that you love and let it kill you. So what does that mean? Find one thing you're really interested in and then get so good at it that people would feel stupid not asking you for help. Because what I see coaches doing a lot is, yes, I want to help people lose weight and I want to help people gain 30 kilos and lose 30 kilos. And I want to get, I don't know, somebody to a powerlifting meet. And I want to get somebody to whatever, an Olympic weightlifting meet. And there's so many things that I need to learn. It's like, but what if you focus on one thing? What if your one thing is whatever, choose a topic is okay, I want to become the best in the world at coaching 40 plus year old females getting to 5 pull-ups in 4 weeks.
Yeah, that's really specific niche.
Yes, but
Yeah.
then you can focus on certain stuff and be like, okay, you can predict what's happening, you know what's happening, you're the best at teaching 40 plus year olds ladies how to get to 5 pull-ups. That
Yeah.
creates that creates a different perception of you than being a coach that can do anything. I'm suspicious of people saying I can do anything in the world of fitness. Like I can make you lose weight, I can make you gain weight, I can give you a 200 kilo back squat, I can teach you how to do 25 muscle ups, I can teach you how to do this, I can teach you how to do that. Like I'm suspicious. That's a lot of stuff to know and a lot of stuff to execute.
Yeah, true. It's sometimes it's
Yeah.
because you
So focus on one thing.
have to upgrade your knowledge on everything, and fitness is like that. It's developing every day. Something new comes up, and yeah, it's sometimes overwhelming that you have to read about many different things to keep up. But
Yes.
if you are really focusing on that one thing, then you become really, really good in that one thing, and that's your thing.
So
Yeah,
that's the fun part about learning fundamentals of movement, which is the skill of position and the skill of tension. If you
yeah,
learn those two things, how they work in the human body with the shoulder, the spine, and the hips, if you learn how to do this in your own training, if you can apply it to other people, that's all you need to know. Everything
yeah,
else is like the cherry on top of the cake. It's nice to have, but you're not going to solve any big problems for people.
yeah. True.
Cool. Any other
Cool.
questions for today?
For today, nah. But I will came up until next Wednesday.
Yes. Bring on the questions. We're gonna try to answer them. Keep up the good work, and we'll see each
Thanks.
other next week.
Ciao. Have a nice day.
Bye, guys. Have a good one.